Oh goodness, guys. Please watch this video right until the very end. It might not be what you're expecting it to be, and there's going to be massive lessons in here for you. Bearing in mind this channel started thinking about the law of attraction. We do have a little piglet in the room as well, but I'm going to try and do this in one take because I think it will be the most raw and authentic, and authenticity is really important to me. I've been doing lots of thinking, and this YouTube channel has been around for 11 years this year. It's a long time, and I said to Jasmine recently, I think I may put a pause on YouTube. And she said to me, but Mum, you've been doing it for 11 years, it's part of you, it's part of who you are, you can't, you know, you sure that's really what you want to do? My thinking behind it is this. Now I've tried tweaking a lot of things recently. I've tried to make better videos, you may have seen if you watched them all. I've tried to do some voiceovers, I've tried to be more cinematic, and none of them seem to be, they don't feel right, and the views are reflecting that. The views, you know, I can work really hard on a video, spend hours on it, and put it up and 20 of you watch it. Now don't get me wrong, I'm so grateful for those 20 of you, it's amazing. And if I'm making a difference, if I'm making a difference, then that's wonderful. But there's a lot of other things going on in life, and this is going to be a thing for you as well. Now, I'm not going to do any layovers. There's nothing really for you to see. So if you're thinking this is quite a long video, which it may end up being, feel free to just go and do something else and leave me talking in the background, because there's some lessons in here that I want you to take away from this video. Like I say, it started out with law of attraction. I found out about the law of attraction and I was absolutely flabbergasted and dumbstruck. I didn't know that life was supposed to be like that. I didn't know that this was what, you know, I just was like, oh my God. And I've listened to something this morning as I'm getting ready, which has slightly changed the course that this video is going to go in. And it was the lovely Dr. Wayne Dyer, who, you know, I absolutely adore. And he was saying, you know, don't tell yourself the story of, oh, well, knowing my luck, this will never happen. He said, what about knowing my luck, this will be the fastest manifestation ever? And I love that. Now, I grew up around that, knowing that, like with Mum, you know, specifically with Mum, and I think she turned Dad into that person. We was at hospital recently, and, no, it doesn't come up, and we had to share a lift with somebody, and you weren't allowed to do that because of COVID restrictions. And so I said, no, it's all right, thank you, we'll wait. And Mum went, yeah, knowing our luck, we'll come in there and we'll catch it. You know, and that's the language that I grew up with. And that, when I found that out in 2009, I was just like, oh my gosh. I don't know what's happened here with my audio. I'm really struggling with my audio on these videos. I do apologise. And I just wanted to tell the world, and that's why I started my YouTube video, and it's gone into all sorts of things now, and I live quite an amazing life and I like sharing that. But my life at the moment it's a bit like that, mate. You can't play with the bath bombs. Yeah, I know he looks so cute, but he does really growl. So you don't come to YouTube for a pity party. You don't come to YouTube for somebody to go, oh, moan, 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 this isn't my lifestyle. You might as well watch the flipping news, and I discourage that. So you either come here for entertainment or to be inspired, or, you know, the lusher life is what I'm about. You know, it's about not the perfect life, because we're humans and normal life gets in the way sometimes. It's about upgrading your life from being, maybe if it's not so good, how can it be a little bit better, and how you can use your thinking to make that happen. And I've got to apply that to myself as well. I have to apply that to myself. And my life sometimes throws me these curveballs, like all of us, that makes me think, am I doing too much? And at the moment, just hear me out, for this is going to take 30 seconds and then I'm going to move on. You know, I am the head of my family. There is nobody else. It's all down to me to pay everybody's bills. All right, Nathan's moved out, so, you know, that's a different thing. But, and maybe that's been a turning point. You'll see tomorrow there's a video going up about the twins' birthday. And You know, I've edited that this morning, and that's been a huge turning point for me. But, you know, I have to take care of mum, and I use that terminology, and somebody pulled me up for it. They went, you don't have to. And I'm like, well, what else are we going to do? And I've looked for help, I've looked for support, and it's just not coming because of the crises that are going on at the minute. And a lot of what mum needs is because she doesn't want to do it herself, not because she's physically unable. So that is a bit of a chip on my shoulder. You know, I'm a human being. I'm sure Jasmine won't mind me telling you, she's poorly again like she was last year, and there's investigations going on there, so obviously I need to support her. I'm back in hospital on Saturday myself for some more investigations with my small intestine now, and I am petrified about that one. I wish I wasn't. I wish I was a bit braver, but this is me. I give myself a hard time. So just doing YouTube, the majority of people you see that just do YouTube, it takes up all of their time, and they do it really well and they get a really good income from it. For me, I do a bit of YouTube, and then I'm doing just the doctorate, you know, I'm doing this research, which to me is such important work, and I'm able to bring in the metaphysical of the law of attraction and how we view things, and that's incredible. I'm blessed to be doing that work, but it's a lot. Thankfully, I've got very understanding supervisors, you know, the upline people. I'm very, very lucky there. So I do count my blessings, but it's a lot. And then, of course, I work as well. And, you know, on my own business, I've got a few fingers in other pies. And sometimes I run out of time at the end of the day, or I run out of energy before the time runs out. So normally, or 20 years ago, I would have stayed up until 2 o'clock in the morning and thought nothing of writing the next book, editing it, getting it out. That's waited over a year. I edited a little bio recently, and it said, and Deja Vu is going to be out spring 2021. Spring 2022, and I still haven't finished formatting it. So I give myself a little bit of a hard time, and I thought, what can go? And the fact that YouTube's audience is small, and I wondered, was I wasting my time here? And then this morning I was going over how I'm going to make this video and what I'm going to say to you, because some of you have been with me all of those 11 years, and this isn't all about me, trust me, this is coming back to you as well. Some of you have been with me all of that time, and I thank you for that, and I don't want anybody to feel as though I'm dipping out, but I was going over it in my mind. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? Definitely don't want to say I'm leaving and never coming back, but I think the amount of time that it takes to edit and upload the videos, I'm shirking other responsibilities, and it's very difficult to do that, because I am somebody that believes in, you know, doing what I need to do in order to make this life happen. You know, I want to keep a roof over my head and my kids' head, and so this is where I'm going with my thinking at the moment after listening to Wayne Dyer this morning. You can look at things this way, or you can look at things this way. You can get up every morning and you can celebrate what's about to be. You can go to bed at night and you can ruminate over all the crappy things that have happened in the past, the people that have hurt you, the people that don't seem to be there for you at the moment. Or you can look forward to an amazing future. And my future with my health has felt a bit of a concern, and so therefore I want to cram in as much as I can, and this is my downfall, you see. So going to bed at night watching the news and all the bad stuff about that is going to plant that seed that's going to sit inside your brain for the next 8 hours or however long you sleep for, and that's not good. So if you can sit and think, actually, like I just said, you know, my doctorate isn't a noose around my neck. It's something that I really want to do, and I really want to have validation at the end when I publish these books saying this is how we perceive life. This is, you know, that's what I'm doing. It's about how you, the lived experience, you know, I'm writing about the lived experience, and that's what I already did, and now validating it with the doctorate is going to make you guys think, okay, she really knows about this stuff. She spent a lot of time looking at it. So I can celebrate these things, or I can look at them as, oh my God, I've got too much to do. I'm going to use an analogy, right? My hair today looks fairly well put together. You've seen it before. If you're new here, you haven't. Go back and have a look. When I leave it natural, and it's a little bit crazy, but this morning, because I slept with it natural last night and let it dry, and those curls were so strong in my natural curly hair. How many times have you heard a woman say, oh no, I don't want to get any heat on it? And the reason is because when we do things that aren't natural, it weakens things. It weakens us as well. So if we do things that do feel natural, it gives us strength. So me driving along in the car, switching on the camera, chattering away to you, is something that feels okay to do. And then if 20 of you watch that, I don't think, oh my God, I just spent 2 hours editing that, or half a day editing that, and nobody really watched it. Or I don't think, you know, to me, just popping the camera up and chatting with you, sometimes I get the most comments out of those, because people say to me, oh, that seemed really authentic. That was really, you know. So what comes natural to you? Have a think about that, and think how you can change things in life to be more authentic to yourself, and not spend your time doing things that feel as though, oh, it's a slog or it's a grind. You know, sometimes, yeah, of course you're going to have to do things you don't want to do. It's part of life. But if you can swerve that other way on it, then, you know, I'd urge that. Now, those of you that are watching at the end of this video, there will be a video coming up tonight, which is the one about centre parts. It's the last one. I'll just show you this on my finger. Can you see that there? I don't know how clear that is. I'm strapping my elbow. This little scar I've got here, it was all around that story. So that's going up tonight, and tomorrow we have a video about the twins' birthday. And as I was editing the one about the twins' birthday, I could hear myself trying. I don't know if I can get through this next bit without getting emotional, because this is huge for me. You know, my twins turned 22, and, you know, I've done it on my own. And my life has been about them. It's been, you know, always making things about them. And I heard myself as I was editing this video, much as I thought I was being upbeat and giving them a great day, to me, I could hear me going, let's sing happy birthday another time. Let's sing happy birthday again another time. I sang happy birthday about 4 times, and there was 4 occasions where there was reasons to do that. And to me, that was like clinging on to something. It was like, don't go, please don't go. You know, what's going to happen to me? 22 years of my life have been about you, and now what? And looking at the future, it does look quite empty. It does look quite blank, but it's not. And it's not going to be. I am going to do those trips. I'm going to get on them planes again now. That's the audience that comes to this channel. People that want to come and find out about the hotels that I'm going to and what do they look like, because they're going there. They're not invested in me. They're invested in the hotel. And I have spent thousands of pounds and God knows how many days, nights, evenings going on courses about growing your YouTube audience. And I've been here 11 years and we're at 2,500 people. I'm grateful for you. 2,500 people don't watch my videos, you know. And what they say you should do with YouTube is get people invested in you. And I don't know if somebody's going to do that with a 52-year-old woman. And I know that sounds a negative mindset, but I can bring so much to this channel. But if I'm going to try, say, like, I don't do this, but if I try and do makeup tutorials or outfit of the day, that fits somebody of Jasmine's age. It doesn't really fit somebody for me to do. It does. There is an audience for it. I'm saying this wrong. For me, if I go back to the beginning, why did I start this channel? I started it to inspire others who were in the dark place that I was in, who weren't enlightened, who didn't know that life is supposed to be better and that there are magic forces out there with the law of attraction, and you just got to get it right. And I'm quite conscious of how long this video is, but I feel like I've got so much to say. So it's a turning point for me in my life. And I think sometimes to just flip this camera on in the car and go, hello guys, how you doing? I heard this today about law of attraction, or have you read that book? Or come along with me on holiday. You know, those of you that are invested are going to want to be invested. I keep getting emails popping from Udemy. I announced, I think this is what I've done this week. I've put myself under a lot of pressure. Last week, I have announced that I'm going to be doing some courses about how to build a business online, telling your story, telling your experiences. And when I look at the instructions for how you can do that, which is crazy. I've been making videos for 11 years. I'm like, is it going to be good enough? And that's not really imposter syndrome. I don't really get imposter syndrome. I truly don't. If people think that this isn't good enough, then I don't worry about that. I do it anyway. It's just, I do what I want to do, and I love that about me. But what I don't love about me is what I'm hearing and picking up at the minute is that outwardly, and if you didn't know me, unless you was really good at reading people, you'd think that's all okay. And she's really positive and she's really upbeat, and I can feel my inner core is saying, actually, you've got health, you've got mum, you've got Jasmine not being well, Nathan's just moved out. I worry about money, but to be honest, that's probably unnecessarily so, because I'm certainly not in the place that I was in 20 years ago. My health, I worry about, you know, and I'm really working hard on my health right now. And are you still with me? If you are, can you please hashtag below, hashtag health, because I'm actually sitting here now thinking I'm probably talking completely to myself, and why not take a slurp of my coffee before it gets cold? I'm just trying to be, I'm working hard, pressuring myself to make that future, getting on the aeroplane, walking on the sandy beaches. I'm like, how can I make that work? You know, I need to be healthy, I need to earn the money from YouTube, I need to, you know, and look what I'm doing to myself, you know. Oh, this is such a vulnerable video. I don't want to disappear from YouTube, you know. My hair might look put together like this, but it's stronger when it's natural. I'm going to do what comes natural, and the purpose of it might only be so that if I do end up sitting in that chair at 85 years old like mum's doing, I can look back and think what an amazing life and what a fantastic time I had. I like making videos. I like vlogging the trips. Like when we went to Mexico, and the craziest thing, I've got nearly 10,000 people in my face. That's another one from Udemy. Oh my God, I've got nearly 10,000 people in my Facebook group now from the Mexico community. I wasn't even going to vlog because I thought, be really in the moment, be really in the moment. And then it just felt wrong. I felt like I needed to vlog it. Picked up my camera, and I'm so glad I did, because, you know, we got memories now that I can remember, and I can go over, do you remember when you said that? And they think I've got great memory, but I video a lot of things. So I'm going to do what I feel like I want to do. Hopefully you'll be with me. If you are, please thumbs up this video. I can't promise what I'm going to deliver in the way of content on YouTube, but what I do want it to do is inspire you, and also remind myself that we're in this together. Life is a journey. It's got its ups and downs. But it's a brilliant, amazing life. There's bad stuff on the planet, but it's perfect. It's all perfectly working out. Even if you're going through a bad thing, it's for something, you know what I mean? It's part of the journey, it's part of the lesson. And me feeling the way that I have, and even having that thought about YouTube and am I going to vanish from YouTube, has now brought me to this place of, actually, let's just do what comes naturally and see what happens. I think by now I've proven myself on this planet. I've proven that I'm really a human being that does her best with people that don't always show me the same respect back, i.e. my mum. I do my best, but I'm not expected to suddenly be head over heels in love with her because her time on this planet is limited. Why should I force myself to feel that feeling? You know, we've got to all be a bit kinder to ourselves and embrace what feels good and go with the flow with that. And, you know, looking at myself on here, editing, you know, my health's been not great the last in 2021, and I was really hopeful that my medication would change that. But I think you can see I'm not as well as I was, and I watch myself as I'm editing back, and I'm upset with that. And I'm giving myself a really, really hard time right now, and I don't want to do that because I want to, oh my God, am I going to put this video up? It's just such a massive thing, isn't it? Put something out on the internet. So I'm not probably going to go anywhere. like I say, there's a video going up tonight, and then the twins' birthday one, and if you watch that, you'll see what I mean about how I was. Most of the time I wasn't in front of the camera. I'm finding it hard that my life has been all about them for 22 years, and now you need to let them go, and nobody speaks about how much that hurts. But I'm going to be completely fine, and my future does look amazing. I'm a little bit nervous because, did you remember when I went to Wales in July last year? You know, the idea of that was like showing myself that I can do it, I can travel alone, and it was fine. And my anxiety was through the roof. So yeah, I'm a bit nervous about the future and where it's going, but this is enough now, 20 minutes from me. Thank you so much for watching, and whatever comes in the future comes in the future. And like I say, I'll probably do some from the car and take the pressure off of myself a little bit. We do plan to get on a plane really, really soon. That is an awesome and anxious fueled feeling, but what a blessing. And yeah, a note from the universe: just act normal, Louise. If you just let anyone know about your awareness of, I don't know what the rest said, I've got to click that. It just, in case that seemed random, it just popped in. I love Mike Dooley. Go and get his notes from the universe. Watch him on Instagram at 2:15 English time. I think it's 9:15 Eastern time. And just tap into law of attraction, people and stuff, and just remind yourself of all the good things, because going through this is normal. But try and be on a trajectory. Can't say that word. Trajectory. I really can't say that word. So I appreciate your love and support as always, and your encouragement. And I better go and write a bit of thesis now. I've got some articles to write for uni as well. There's a lot on. I've got a lot on my plate, and my health has got to come number one all the time. And this little fella, bless him, he can't really walk too well either now, can you, my darling? But he's my best friend, and we enjoy going to Starbucks. So we do that, and we sit in the window, don't we? And we write some things. And please let me know if you want to keep in touch. My email address is at the bottom. I should probably put, I won't, because I don't want to make it too long-winded, but you know, if you want to know when the book's out and I don't put a YouTube video out, I probably will, but if I don't, then do email me and ask to go on the list, so I'll let you know. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.